Hello, hello, lovely sim racers. I'm Constantinos, and this is Lovely Sim Racing, and I'm welcoming you again from the lovely bench. Basically, this is, if you're not aware, this is the place where I work. This is the place where well, everything happens in here. It's everything I do outside of the actual rig. So, yeah, I like streaming from this place, basically, this location. I have everything in here. All my tools, from printing to cutting to everything, and it's a place where I spend probably the most part of my day. It's in here. So yeah, I kind of enjoy having live streams from this. This is the third one. This is the third session from the lovely bench. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these. I did ask you in the last live stream what you guys want to see more of. And one of the things that kept on coming up is more technical stuff, things that involve the actual products, how they work and whatnot. I will be doing, eventually I will be going back to kind of like a chill chat and dev session where I will also be developing from here, obviously, because this is my actual workspace. So if you look, I mean, this is it. This is where everything happens. So yeah, I will be doing some chill chat and dev. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely stick around. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. I don't have particular specific times that I do the live streams, only because it's not always, I guess I want to say that it's not always easy, but it's mostly because I don't always have the time to spare to go out live. Although I do enjoy these a lot. Like, honestly, this is the part of the job that I really enjoy. Yeah, just hit that bell icon as well and you'll get notified, or just go into Discord. I usually just notify and post on social media as well when I go live. But if you're new here, if you are new here and you've never seen I mean, this is fairly new anyway, but if you've never seen the lovely bench, essentially this is it. This is where my computer sits. This is where I do all the coding and developing, and then we have the bench up here. A lot of boxes and a lot of stuff down here. I need to take care of them, but this is basically where everything else happens. And for today, wait, is chat? No? Okay. And for today, I have three things I want to talk about. First off, I think I definitely need to talk a bit about my two brand new sponsors, supporters, partners. I don't know how you want to call them. And these are two companies that at first, like, I always think of them as competing companies, but here we are. They are both supporting me and providing me with products to make these streams better. So I am talking about Ulanzi and Elgato. So if you didn't see the news, Elgato has also agreed to, support me and help me out with these live streams. And I just want to talk about what equipment I'm using from both of these companies and try and share as much as I can about them. I will post in the Discord. I do have affiliate links and some discounts as well for all community members. I will put those sometime during the weekend when I have some time. I'll put those in a Discord so you can get, I think Elgato has 5% off. And I don't remember what I have with Ulanzi. I'm not doing it for the affiliates, basically. That's basically it. I'm doing it because these are two companies, and I think I already mentioned this quite a few times. These are two companies which I have been using for years on end. Honestly, they have some amazing products. It just so happens that after all these years, we kind of got together with them with the exact same way. Which I will go into details, and it's kind of fun to see these things, how these things evolve. Hey Tony, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see someone on the stream. I thought it was empty. I thought it was dead. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what time it is, if it's good or not. But I was just explaining what I will be doing today. So the first thing is I'm going to show you around, just give you kind of like a brief tour of how I've set everything up. I can't move things around, but I will be showing them from the static cameras that I have for both Ulanzi and Elgato. And the second thing is I'll be talking about the brand new lovely sim racing gloves that are coming hopefully on June 16th. That is the estimated date of availability on the lovely store. And the reason is I have some, there's packaging involved and some preparations for these gloves. But I have them all here, so everything is in boxes. It has been shipped. I have been tested. I tested them. I'm very happy with the first batch, the first version of these gloves that I have personally designed. I'm pretty sure that I will come up with some improvements on the second and third batch. Hopefully, we'll have second and third batch. But so far, I will basically show you around these gloves. Gloves. I've posted pictures on the Discord. There'll be two types of gloves, so long gloves and shorties, really short gloves, you know, summertime and whatnot. Only one design and one colorway for now, but I really hope you guys enjoy these. I mean, these are my first gloves. I wanted these gloves to be kind of like iconic, like something that you don't usually see, and when you see it, you kind of immediately know that they're the lovely sim racing gloves. But we'll get into details. You can see them there, right there. I will show them to you in detail as well. And the third thing I'll do tonight, which is kind of stupid because I haven't even mentioned this to Federico from Greywolf, is I'm going to be taking apart. I'm going to be taking apart the Greywolf, the GWT-01. This is the version 2. And I will go, like, if you guys want to learn more about this wheel, stick around. I will talk as much as I can about this wheel, but I will also open it up, so completely open it up, and temporarily install these new handles. These are the 3D printed handles. They are not final, obviously. This is just PLA. This is plastic. It's not anything close to resembling the actual quality of the final handles. But these handles are a brand new design, which I had requested Federico redesign those handles so they can be a bit more comfortable. So hopefully, I've not done this beforehand. Hopefully I will open that up, which I have opened it before, but I've never completely taken it apart. And I will show you what it looks like on the inside as well, because I think they've done an amazing job inside and out. And I will be installing these handles temporarily. I might run them as well, but I'm pretty sure they're going to break. Like if you look like this thing won't really last. This is 3D printed, but I want to put them on the wheel and basically just try it out and see what it feels like with these handles. Because the only issue I actually have with that wheel is that the handles, I think, would be very hard to use for a prolonged period of time. They're a bit square. They match a lot with what you'd see on an actual car, but we're sim racers. We're not that. We deserve better than those, right? So I'll be putting these on as well. So chat, come on, how's it going? How are you guys? Chat is looking kind of dead today. I'll go into the topics and content if you want, but I was expecting a bit more liveliness in the chat. There are enough people viewing, so hopefully we'll have some more chat before I go into everything. I know, Tony, you're live. You are live. You're the only one chatting, and that's kind of like, I can see there are like 10 people concurrent right now. So maybe I can wait here. You're here for the gloves, all right? June 16th. It's June 16th is the provisional date they will be available on the store, only because I have ordered special packaging and everything, and it's arriving the week before. So testing and printing all the labels and everything and doing a few packaging, you know, tests. Denmark here lurking. All right, Michael. All right, you're lurking. All right, Tony, it's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with you. No, anyone. In general, I like chatting, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. As I said, I want to go back into the dev sessions as well. So hopefully we'll do things here. But for starters, I do want to talk about my two new I don't know, I don't want to call them sponsors, I don't want to call them supporters. They are partners, in a way that I met both of them in the same exact way, right? And I will be honest about their products. I'll tell you which ones I like and which ones I find that lack a bit. But both of these partners, I have both been using their products for years, honestly. It's been at least 3-4 years, maybe ever since I started sim racing. First started obviously, well, actually with both of them, with Elgato and Ulanzi. But they're both different products in my eyes. So I'll start off with how I met them and basically how this partnership was built. First, it was Ulanzi. So Ulanzi has come out with an Elgato Stream Deck alike product. And on their website, on their marketplace, this is a few months ago, I noticed that they had the lovely sim racing icons, which I had created for the Elgato marketplace, and those exist over there. And I noticed that they were also on the Ulanzi marketplace, and they were wrong. So there were issues like outlines and the weights and fonts. It was completely off. And they had my name as well, so it wasn't like ripping off the icons and rebranding them something else, but they were called Lily Sim Racing, but I didn't create them. So I reached out to them and said, this is great, but they're wrong, and I would love to create a new version of them, specifically for the Ulanzi deck, and you guys can put them on your store free, obviously, just like the Elgato ones, it's fine. But I can't actually let you guys continue having those icons, named Lovely Sim Racing icons, and them being completely wrong and off. So that's kind of how it began with Ulanzi. They basically responded immediately. They apologized. They asked me if they want to take it down and whatnot. I'm like, no, you guys keep it there, but please, I want to fix them. Just let me know how. And at that point, they basically came back and said, you know what, if you're going to create them, we'll just give you a gift as well, so you can have them. So they sent me the Ulanzi deck, which is basically a Stream Deck-like clone. I created the icons. It was fairly straightforward. I already had the icons. I sent them back, and then we kind of got in an email exchange with them, and I explained like what I do and everything here, and how much I actually use their products. And this is where it comes back into I love the Ulanzi product. So like this microphone, I've had it for quite some time, long before that email, long before I actually talked to their marketing team, and I've been using this. And I have quite a few things, especially for Ulanzi was mostly lighting and some mounting solutions. So one of the things that I really love that Ulanzi have is this thing over here. Let me just show you. This is pretty awesome. So this is one of the products I had. I have plenty of these from Ulanzi. It's called the Claw, and basically it's basically a mount, and it's a quick release for cameras. So if you have anything like this, you put this little box thing on top, and this goes onto the camera, and you basically just push it down and click on it, and you have a quick release for cameras. So I had these. I had a lot of these actually, and quite a few more products from Ulanzi, lighting and stuff like that. So I was familiar with their products. I was familiar with their quality of stuff they make, and in general, I was happy with them. So when we started discussing, basically, I said, if you guys want to help me out, I would gladly receive some more products, especially lighting, because this location, the lovely bench, was very poorly lit. The only product light I had, was it this one? I think it was this light over here. So let me just switch over to the other camera and I'll show you. So as you can see, this thing over here, this is the Vigin, or something like that it's called. It's a LED panel, and that was the only one I had to light up here. And basically I just said, you guys, if you guys want to share some stuff with me, I would gladly put them in my bench here and in the rig. And they came back saying, we would love to be a part of it and help you. And so they came back with all these things. So now in the lovely bench in this area over here, I'm using from Ulanzi, obviously the microphone, which is mine. They didn't send it over. The light I just showed you, I have these two, well actually there are four, those are two, these things over here. I don't remember what they're called, honestly. You can find them on their website. Those over there and the blue ones over here. And they also have, can I pull this in here? This little sucker. This thing is so bright. It's an RGB, basically, light used for photo shoots and stuff like that. And obviously the one right above my head, that one is also a really powerful one. That's 65 watt. It's good for small locations, actually. And they sent those over. I put everything in here, and we kind of got into that rapport where we're now also talking on various other products as well. So I did say I'll be completely honest about their products. I will be completely honest. They had sent me their Ulanzi deck, and this is the Stream Deck clone. I used it for quite some time. I stopped using it, and that's because with Elgato we got some other products in here, which I will show you exactly what I'm using from Elgato in the lovely bench. But this product over here, although it is really good and click and everything, there's one thing that's kind of missing, and it's the software is not up to date. It's not up to par with what Elgato offers on the Stream Deck. Otherwise, the device is it's fairly straightforward. It is pretty much what the Stream Deck does. Even the software looks kind of the same, or maybe a lot like Elgato's. But the product itself, I think it needs a lot more support in the software department side, which is also feedback I'm giving them as well. So this is one of the products that I'm not using right now, but everything else, yeah. This is the microphone stuff here. Yeah, there's quite a few things, but mostly for lights. Let me put that back there, sorry. I don't want to turn my back on you. And now, same thing for Elgato, which is why I think this is it was kind of meant to be. So Elgato, obviously, I have a ton of equipment from Elgato, going back, I don't know how far. So I first had, the first Facecam, then I got the Facecam MK2, I got the Facecam Pro. These are all my products, right? This is stuff that I actually purchased myself. They're in the rig, it's what I've used in multiple videos, it's always been there. So it's been there for quite a long time. I also had mic arms from Elgato, I also had multi-mounts, so I have a lot of stuff from Elgato. Again, similar to Ulanzi, on their website, they launched the brand new Stream Deck modules, and it was interesting. Like that's a pretty cool thing, right? The modules. So I'm on their website, and as I scroll down, I see that they're using my icons from the marketplace and a lovely dashboard on a picture, which is basically, create your own Stream Deck or integrate the Stream Deck into your products. And that's pretty cool. They're not, advertising or anything, but I did the same thing. Basically, I just shouted out to them. Actually, a bit history with Elgato. I tried to become an affiliate, or not affiliate, a content partner with them, and I failed a couple of years back. So now I saw that, and I'm like, that's kind of ironic, right? I try to be your partner, and you say no because I was really, really small back then, but now you're actually using my product. And I just shout out an email to their marketing team, their email they had. I don't know who it was exactly. They came back as fast as Ulanzi did. Again, they said if it's okay to use the picture, I'm like, absolutely, it's fine. And they as well offered a thank you product, right? And this is completely like, we love what you do. You want us to, we want to become partners or anything and stuff like that. And that's how it began. And I'm like, sure, I do need stuff like this. The bench over here, I only had the Stream Deck Neo and the Ulanzi deck at that point, but I could use a few more things. So that's how we built that relationship, and it's still open and ongoing. So now for the from Elgato, basically, what did they send me? Stream Deck XL, which I have right here in front of me. You guys know what the Stream Deck XL is like. This camera over here you're looking at, this is the teleprompter. Let me see if you guys see it from the bench. I don't know if you can see it right over here. It's over there. It's a teleprompter, Stream Deck XL. If I go over to the overhead camera, you will also see Stream Deck Plus, which is pretty amazing. And I also have a few more stuff, like a new camera over here for the for the close-ups. And of course, the overhead camera now is actually a Facecam Pro and will allow me to do things like that. And it's pretty cool. So all of these things are working all together. And I'm really happy for these. There were some other stuff as well that they sent, which is like the master mount and stuff like that. But essentially what I'm saying is these two companies are in a way competing because they have their products kind of overlap at some point, but they excel at products that don't compete. So lighting, for me, Ulanzi has amazing lights. You can see them everywhere. In this room, this is lit up by Ulanzi. And then you go to Elgato, which honestly, I now have, I don't know, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Facecam MK2s, 2 Facecam Pros, and 1 old Facecam. I truly believe that these cameras, like if you're a content creator, you don't need to spend 700 or 800 euros on a single mirrorless camera. This, the one you're looking at right now, is the Facecam MK2. It's not even the Facecam Pro. This is the MK2, and the Facecam Pro, I just have it for the overhead shots because I can control it better. I can zoom in, and quality is a lot better. So I truly believe that these products are amazing, and I'm just happy to be working with them. I don't know, I wish I could work a bit deeper with them, like maybe look at some products as well and see what we could do, go in more depth, but maybe some other time. But yeah, that's it. That's for these two brand new partners. And as again, I've mentioned this a lot of times, I always like building bridges. I don't see them as sponsors or anything else. They are partners. They help me make better content, and I hopefully in return will also be able to improve in any way their products. So for them, so far it's just the icons, but I really do want to get more involved with them. But yes, this is kind of how this whole office and has been set up. Actually, I have more lights. I have more lights which are for the rig, which I have not had time yet to install. So I have one more of that light over there, and I will be also using the 40-watt light, which gives that nice magenta tone coming on this side. So I'll be also adding lights to the rig. The rig also has hue lights from Philips because I need those for the immersion, you know, the whole mirroring of the game. But the actual lights from the rig will be replaced by the Ulanzi light. That thing over there, it's so amazing, that light. So yeah, I think that covers that bit of the stream that I really want to just talk about these two new partners. Yeah, the next one is the gloves. Tony, if you're still there, gloves are coming. Let me just catch up with the chat just a bit. Michael, sorry I didn't read the chat. I was trying to get out that bit about these two new partners. Just kidding, I'm taking right now from talking to sim apart before moving on to my office tomorrow. Oh shit, you're taking... It's the worst thing, taking apart the rig. I've moved my rig so many times, I'm just like, it's there. I'm gonna bolt it down and not glue it to the floor, not have to move it anytime again. But even in this location, like yesterday, I spent most of the day reorganizing all the cables and cameras because now I have a few, as I said, a few new things. So I had to reorganize everything. I had to reprogram the stream decks to work the way I want them. So it was, yeah. I mean, I understand your pain, man. Moving stuff is just yeah. Pole setter, wireless lapel mics are so awesome for streaming. So that's interesting. So at first, the first thing I got for this setup over here was, where is it? I doubt you can see it. It's over there. It's the fairly inexpensive Rode video mic, which is like $99 or euros. And I got that thinking it's basically a shotgun mic where you can just have it a bit further away and it points. It's a very directional microphone. And I'm like, that'll be great. And I got that microphone and I installed that microphone. And suddenly I realized, what am I doing? I have two places. I'll be talking to this camera, but then I can also do this. So switch and go to this camera. At which point, the microphone would not work anymore. So the microphone would be in one place, wouldn't be in the other. And then I realized I had this lapel mic from Ulanzi, which is extremely powerful. I will say that I've used this microphone many times. I've created videos with this microphone. I've used this microphone in extremely windy conditions. It comes with a little dead cat, what do they call that, on top. And the microphone, basically, it's a little box. It kind of looks like, actually I can do this now. I can go to the overhead, actually go to the close-up. Yeah, close-up is better. So the microphone comes in like a little box like that. You open it up. It also shows you your battery, and it comes in with, this is the second microphone and the receiver. And you obviously can charge this with a USB-C, and this thing basically keeps it charged. So your microphone, and these things last for plenty of hours. So even if this dies, I can just pop out the other microphone and it automatically connects to the receiver. And the receiver at this point, it's just mounted right there in front of my Mac Mini and connected with a USB to the Mac. Super simple stuff. It's not even complicated. And I can use the microphone, either I'm here or going back to the chair, do anything I want, and the audio would be the same. And that's why I kind of use this one. Okay, let's see what else is the chat. Yeah, I actually have two chats here. One in front of me here and one on the other screen. So this setup needs its own video, to be honest. The entire setup, not just the lights. Hey, me man, good evening, dude. Nerdgasm happening here. Yeah, it's nerdgasm, but I think it's essential. When I find a company that I love, as much as I love these two companies and all the other companies, obviously, but I'm just mentioning these two because these are very new. I do find it kind of, I think the word that I'm looking for is kind of, I'm honored that both these companies wanted to work with me while they're actually competing on a certain level, and it's fully disclosed to either of them. So they both know that I'm working with each other. So it's kind of like, I love your products. You have amazing and great stuff, and I can get you guys to also to work with you, both of them, because usually it's one or the other and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So I am nerding on it. I am absolutely a nerd on these things, but I'm very happy with everything and how it's going. And let me know what you guys think as well. Tony, new sim racer, first time wheel owner, even though I've played GT since the first one on the original PlayStation. Just got a Chimera this week and a lovely dashboard. Amazing kit. All right, what's the Chimera? Well, I appreciate it, man. The pulsator says, oh, for the microphone, it sounds very good. It's nice little sound. Been using wireless lapel mics for years. New gaming stream, whatever I need. Yeah, I'm really happy with these. So before we move on to the next segment, this is the final one. So we're going to be taking apart this baby. We are going to be taking apart this little baby over here, which is, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But moving on. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the gloves. So put those aside. Let's move this thing out of the way. And here are the gloves. So these gloves, I actually show you, just so you guys know. All of these things are samples. These are all samples of gloves I had to order, test, and make sure the quality is good, and it's basically something that I would enjoy using myself, and kind of came up with these. So as I said, the gloves come in two sizes, two designs basically, the long gloves and the shorties. They are exactly the same design, as you can see. The grip inside, it's all silicone grip. This is microfiber, so this does suck up your sweat and everything. And it also has touch fingertips on the thumb and the index finger. And the grips are basically silicone, and they have been designed, these are all custom designs, okay? And the grips have been designed, I can put this on. Actually, let me get my watch off. Don't need it for this part. So I get these on. They have a tight fit. I don't know how, let's go there. So they do have a rather tight, snug fit. I wouldn't say tight, it's more like snug fit. Let's get on the other one as well. So the first time I put them on, I'm like, holy shit, these things are actually too tight. But eventually, once you put them on and you use them, they just take the shape of your hand. Honestly, these things are now super comfortable, and I really, really like them. So this is the design. It's white, simple, and the inside of the grip. And the design of the grip has been designed with holding the steering wheel in mind. And I'll show you what I mean. Let's just get this wheel over here. It's a bit lighter and easier to handle. So as you're holding the wheel, the first thing I noticed, like on all of the gloves that I've seen, either have, even the samples that I have down here, they all have like just patterns of logos or just big lumps of silicone. You don't really need all that silicone on the inside of your hand, because that actually builds sweat. It basically doesn't allow your hand to breathe. So what I wanted to do with these gloves is leave as much area without silicone, without that printing, so your hand can breathe better. So I basically designed a piece of paper on, well, just one wheel. You don't need to do with many, but I just did it on one wheel, and I put my hand over it and just try to figure out where the most pressure lies. Like when you're holding the steering wheel, where is the pressure at? And obviously it's in this area over here, not those small fingers. It's this part over here, right? And this part over here, the inside of your palm, but mostly here. So as you're holding the wheel, that is where you're holding it more. And now most fingers still breathe, but the silicone actually, like even if I go here, you can see this is actually gripping. It's super grippy, but it's exactly where your hands are gripping onto the wheel. And again, I didn't want to just use a whole bunch of silicone, cover it all up. And I just wanted to find where you need mostly, the grip for the glove. And then the other two places that I definitely would have needed silicone, the index finger and the thumb, these both have touch controls. So I couldn't have silicone on the end of those. So I put extra silicone on the middle finger, which is basically how I shift and maybe more, but basically that's what you have. But you can use both, but even if this one just has a silicone, it's still easy to shift. And to make it a bit more grippy for the clutch, I added a little logo here. Again, just a little bit, nothing too much, for the clutch. So right there, as you can see, you use it for this is only for clutch. And that grip is all you need. It's all you need, basically. And that is how the grips of the gloves have been designed. Again, let me take these off. These are large. I don't have long fingers myself, but my hand is rather, because I'm fat, so my hand is fat, and this is a very snug fit. So if you're anything with like medium-sized fingers like mine, large would be great. This is the large size. And again, these things are so comfortable. So comfortable. The first time I put them on, I was scared. I felt as if they were too tight. But the moment you put them on, they fit to your hand really well. So that is the glove. Now, let me show you the shorties as well. The shorties, I don't really like short gloves. I made them because I know a lot of people do. So basically I have both variations. Again, same exact design. I only put these on once, so you can see these are still fairly not used that much, basically. So let me just put on this one. Again, these have the same snug feeling. I don't like shorties because I feel as if they're too short. And I don't like longer ones because they're just almost as long as the other ones. So when I designed these shorties, I went specifically, I go like that just to fit it perfectly in. I went specifically for the really short version. So they're really short. So if you're concerned about, heat or whatever, again, they're really short. So they just go up to your wrist, not even further or anything, because some of the samples that I saw would just go all the way back, nearly as long as the long gloves, but tighter. So now I was like, this has to be like super short. Again, these have a really snug fit. As you can see, both of them have the same design. So in between fingers, we have a lovely blue color and the same exact grip on the inside. Touch sensitive fingers index and thumb, and this is basically it. The material is very breathable, I'll say that, but I'm not so much of a fan of the shorties, but that's because I don't like shorty gloves. So it's, you know, it's to each his own. Both of them will be on the store though. I won't, pricing, I'm still working on that a bit. I still need to see the packaging and shipping and everything. I want to make these as affordable as possible, and also make the shipping for these as best as I can. Now, one difference, and this is the only difference apart from long and short, one difference that you may have already noticed is that the long gloves will come with customization, right? And the customization is not an option, it is in the price. So when you buy these gloves, you will be able to add your number and your name, and it'll be something like this. Let me zoom in a bit more if I can. Of course I can. This is the Facecam Pro. You can do anything you want. As you can see, really nice, stretchy material, nothing actually happens. And you'll be able to add your own number and name to these, and both sides have it. There you go. And this will be included in the price. So it might seem, you know, kind of counter what others do, but you know me. I already have the sticker business going. I already have the plotters. I just got myself some extra material, which is for, you know, heat transfer vinyl. Really good material. And I got all the equipment and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it. Honestly, it's not that much of a difference. I'm just putting it in there. Full personalization in the price of the long gloves. And that's the only difference between the long and short. Short gloves, I wanted to, but there's not much space to put anything. There's this little bit here. I still haven't experimented, to be honest, with this thing over here. Maybe I can put a name in there, but I don't know if it'll be good or not. So I'll see. If I can successfully put something on this bit over here, maybe I'll just have the name for the short ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the gloves as well. Let me read the chat and catch up. Paul, those look freaking sweet. Thank you very much. The design on these is meant to be iconic. Like, I want someone, when you're wearing this on your stream or videos or anything, the moment you see this, you will know with the blue, you know, in between finger color, you will know it's a lovely sim racing gloves. I wanted to create something that will be different, essentially. Paul Sarah says, race gloves need a snug fit. Yes, they do. But at first, like when I first tried them on, I was like, this is too snug. I actually felt maybe it was not right. But then I realized the more you wear them, the more they just contour to your actual hand. So I've worn these. I actually did kind of like a quick race with these just to test them out. And these just fit so nice. I mean, these just feel so comfortable. Again, you can see like the fingers, they look wrinkled, but you don't hold the wheel like that. That's how you hold the wheel. So these things actually wrinkled because they're contouring your hand. And when you get them, when you receive them, they're flat. You can't see any lines or anything. It's just the material expanding and making it fit to your hand. So there's no pre-whatever on these gloves. It just will fit your hand. Again, these are the large. They will come, both of them will come in medium, large, and extra large. If you have, I think the biggest difference between these and the gloves is the length of your fingers. So I tried on the extra large just to see if it's a bit less snug, and you guessed it, it's the same snugness as well, because even the extra large will grow on your hand. The difference is those fingers were a bit longer, and they're not good. So large it is, even for the shorties. So I think that's the main difference for the sizes. So it depends on how long your fingers are. We'll put sizing and everything on the side, so you'll be able to know which ones will fit. But yeah, and I will try to keep this as affordable as possible, and make the shipping. For me, shipping is important, because with the stickers, I can see shipping just going, oh God, it's bad, especially when you're using standard registered postal service. It's just bad. Shipping from Greece to the US or Australia, I mean, Australia takes like a month to get there. So I've been working with UPS, and UPS have given me a huge discount on their pricing. And I'm going to try and move that into the gloves. The discount is for the gloves only, unfortunately, not for the sticker sheets. There is a discount, as you can see on the site. It is cheaper with UPS, but on the gloves it'll be a bit more, a bit lower as well. So I think, and the gloves will only be shipped UPS Express Saver, which is Europe next day delivery. Order today, have them tomorrow, not weekends obviously. And the latest is 2 to 4 days for the entire globe. So it'll be covering the entire globe, and 2 to 4 days, I think it's pretty cool. And the pricing will not be out of this world. It will be comparable to what you're buying, basically. All right, let's check le chat. Mine are basically go-kart gloves. Yeah, I mean, these are go-kart gloves as well. Like, you can use these on go-karts, basically. I don't know if go-karts have... I mean, I basically state... Where is it? Here. I do this because... All right, right there. I put this in there just because I feel that we sim racers deserve our own gloves. Like, I don't want to be a sim racer and have a race car glove or a go-kart glove. I want sim racing gloves, and this is what these are. These are sim racing gloves only. You can use them for go-karting and biking and whatever, but no, these are for sim racing. All right, well, let's see the chat really quick, and then we're gonna go taking apart the Greywolf. So we have that. We have that for tonight as well. Yeah, I haven't seen the official Sparko gloves and all that. I did try and see if I can partner with any of those companies, but it's just really... Sorry, my hand is sitting there for no reason. It really isn't... It would have been too expensive. I'll just put it like that. Marauder, my Sparkos are rough looking. I'll be grabbing a pair from you. Oh, well, thank you very much. Again, these will be available. Provisional date is June 16th, and it's only because I'm waiting for the packaging. Packaging is going to be similar to what I use for stickers, so eco-friendly cardboard. Let me just show you. Cardboard, eco-friendly, with all the little signs and everything, but they're specially made, so it won't have all these details on back, because they're specially made for the gloves. So it'll be a box. Again, no plastic in there, and even the labels are paper. So I'm just waiting on those and confirming that everything will be good, and once I have them, I can start shipping. So I'm not putting anything on the site. I'm not even putting a pre-sale until I have them in hand and make sure that everything fits and everything works great. So that's the only reason I don't have a pre-sale right now. I mean, I can just show you. These are the long gloves, and I have one more of these box just for the short gloves. So they're all here. They are all here. I'm just being a bit patient before I start selling them, just to make sure everything is perfect and the way I want it to be. Michael Nielsen, yes, one of the requirements I had is external stitching. So I didn't, yeah, I think it's safe to say that you can see it. External stitching, and in between the fingers we have a separate, this is really thin material in between the fingers. So this thing in between the fingers, it is super airy, the material, and it's all external stitching, even the shorties. So just think of these gloves as being the exact same thing. One has just an extension and it's a bit more comfortable at the wrist. I find these more comfortable. I like these more than the shorties, but that's just my personal preference. Honestly, it's yeah, I don't think that there's one is better than the other. It's just the ones that I like. Where are they? Right there. And yeah, of course, I didn't point out all the details. I'll try and put those on a side, but you know, you're holding your steering wheel and you have your camera right there. What is it? It's lovely. It is. 3 letters on the shorties like racers have on the car. Ah, Tony, that's not a bad idea. It's just that this area, this thing over here, this area, it's a bit indented. I don't know. You can't really see it, really. It's a bit indented, this part over here. So I don't know if I can actually successfully add vinyl there. So I don't know if I'll risk it. Maybe I'll just not have customization. Maybe I'll try. So 3 letters for that. Okay, I'll see. So yeah, ALO, VER. Maybe I can have a number like 5. Well, actually no. The numbers on these, so for the customization, you can have 1 to 3 digits in the numbers and up to 10 characters for the name. So maybe here on these, I can have 3 digits maximum for a number and 3 letters for the name. So it could be like, 33 dem for myself, or con for myself. I'll take a look at that. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, Tony. I could do that. Hey, Madaman. Hey, how you doing, man? Sam, really good question. Hello, is LMU on the roadmap for dashes, like virtual energy and the stuffs? I don't like talking about anymore. I used to, but I don't like talking about development on the dashboard until I'm certain. I will say this, and no more talk about LMU and stuff like that. I will say this, the new dashboards and the new plugin is ready. There are some minor bugs I'm trying to fix, and my mods have it, and a few other people outside of Lovely Sim Racing have it and testing the dashboards and the plugin. Anything I release, this is important, this will answer your question not directly, indirectly. Anything I release will come after June 10th, okay? I have it almost, like I could release today, I could release tomorrow. Anything I release will be after June 10th, okay? I hope that answers as much as I can. I can't go into details simply because I need to make sure about a lot of stuff. But anything I release will be after June 10th. So Michael Nielsen, I think I answered you. Anything after June 10th, that will depend a lot. The date of the actual release, I'm 99.9% the release date will be next week for new plugin and all new dashboards. A lot of new dashboards are coming. So brand new pit wall, XLC is coming back. So the standard version, a lot of updates, bug fixes. There's a lot of stuff in the dashboards that are coming. So, but anything is going to be next week after the release, and it might take a couple of days after the release just to, make sure everything is okay before I can release as well. Shorties and long. Do you guys think I should make a bundle? I was like, the first thing I thought is maybe create a bundle for these. So have, long, short, buy a pair of each, get them at a better price. I might do that. I might add that as well. Works well with the stickers. So I have the button cap stickers, the normal ones and the inverse ones, and I have a bundle. I think the bundle is the one that actually sells a lot more because it's at a better price and you get 2 stickers and they're both useful. So if you see here, just as an example, on here, I'm using both of my stickers. So I have the normal version and also the inverse one. So if you're using inverse stickers, just know that this is going to be a lot brighter than anything else here. So there's a use case for it's not just like, personally, I use them both mixed. I don't use one or the other. I kind of like it like this, where I have the normal version over there, and I also have the inverse stickers over here and here, which are a bit brighter. And it makes sense to use them like that. And the bundles are the ones that sell most because you get best of both worlds, to be honest. The gloves, I see, a lot of people are saying they want long, short, whatnot. It is a limited quantity. They're not, you saw the box, that's all the gloves I have. And all those gloves as well are all medium, large, and extra large. They're more large than the rest. I think large is probably the most common size, but that's it. Like, there's no more than that. So there's one box of the long gloves and one box of the shorties. And if I sell them out, I will definitely be working on a new pair. And the only thing I'm not sure about is if I will reprint this design. I'm thinking I will keep some aspects of this design as a branding mark of the gloves, which like the blue in between fingers, definitely, and the grips, if I don't, you know, kind of change the grip a bit or not. But the design, I'm not sure I will be printing this a second run, maybe a new design, maybe a different colorway or 2 colorways. I'll see how it goes. I'm not entirely sure. I'm working, Tony, stickers and glove bundles. I'm working with Shopify right now. Apparently there's this thing with the shipping when you have 2 different products and you're shipping different profiles, because as I said, gloves will have different prices for shipping. Although UPS Express Saver, stickers are a bit more expensive, and I'm trying to work on putting everything together. So essentially what I want is, if you buy a pair of gloves, you get a better shipping price with UPS Express Saver. And if you add stickers to the same purchase, you will not pay extra shipping for the stickers. They will be the same price. I'm trying to work that out. It's a technical thing. I'm probably gonna have it by the week after, like on June 16th, hopefully. I'm working with Shopify. Like today I was in a 2-hour-long chat trying to figure out if we can do this the way I want to do it, because there are ways to do it, but it's all, you know, through apps and through hacks and code, and I just want it to work in a very robust way. So, well, I'll see what my options are and see how I can do that. Sam says, thanks a lot, mate. Your dashes are mind-blowing. I will purchase the gloves. Are they verified? Are they ventilated? Excuse my English, I'm French. Oui. Well, ventilation, as much as I know, this fabric it's quite, like, I wear them and I don't feel my hand heating up a lot, and I live in friggin' Greece. It is 30 plus degrees out during the day. I don't even know what we have now. What is it now? What's the temperature now? It's 10:30 p.m. What? Oh, no, didn't want to show that. It's 10:30 p.m. and it's 26 degrees, so it's very hot. And these not once that I feel them overheating my hand. The good thing with this is, in between, let me go back to the close-up. So in between the fingers, this material here, the blue one, it's extremely thin. The material is really lightweight, so your fingers in between get to breathe a lot. Will you have a hand scale help on website to find this? Yeah, absolutely, Tony. Yeah, of course. Sizing guide. So, you know, width of your palm, length, fingers. That's the stuff that I want to get. So basically, I'm gonna just measure the actual gloves and my fingers, and see what the measurements are. I already have the size guide from the company that I bought these, and we made these together. But those size guides feel so generic. Like, yeah, it's just these numbers, and you actually measure your hand and you're like, that can't be true. So I'm gonna actually get the size from the gloves, each size, and put those on the side, so you will be able to see exactly what it is. Again, these have a very snug fit. So when you put them on, they feel very tight, but as you wear them, they kind of contour your hand. So, you know, I'm fairly certain it will be great for everyone. Michael, it's almost 9:30 p.m. here in Denmark, and we got 14 degrees with rain. Dude, it's 10:30, 26 degrees outside, clear sky. I cannot handle the heat. One of the reasons I want to stream from this location is because I can't handle the heat upstairs. So my rig is in the loft right above this room, and we have the AC running all day upstairs. Just one. We have throughout the house ACs, but I prefer just running one. Obviously conserving energy, environment, and all that kind of stuff. But if you just have one AC on the highest part of the house, it just drops down. The coolness just. Oh Christ! Hold on a second. Sorry. I just smashed the camera as well. You won't believe what just happened. Oh God, I screwed it up. Live on camera, but this is what happens. A huge grasshopper just jumped into the room, like this big. I just smacked it out the room again. Well, hopefully it won't come back. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's live for you. So I actually lost the complete camera focus. Let's just say it was there. All right, so this is the part where I actually take apart the Greywolf. And if you have any questions regarding the Greywolf, the wheel, I will answer them. And I'll also give you a few things, notes on things that are going to happen, because Federico and I have been working on this wheel for quite some time. I have nothing to do with the wheel. It's all Federico and Greywolf. Do not confuse that. But I have been giving them tons of feedback basically on the wheel itself, and he's been implementing everything. And one of the things that he's implementing now are the handles as well. So if you guys haven't seen this wheel, right there. So this is the Greywolf GWT1. It's one of the best wheels I have ever had in my hands. It is, unfortunately, it's 28 centimeters, and it's not to my liking. I prefer wheels around 30, more GT style than Formula, but this wheel, it's outstanding in every aspect. If you have any questions regarding the wheel, please ask me and I will answer. I can just go through a few things. So you have the 4 encoders in the front. You have thumb encoders, 1, 2 on either side, up here and left and right. The difference between these thumb encoders obviously is because the placement is extremely good over here, but they also are on the back. So you can use your index and your thumb to go up and down, which is kind of unique. And these are also LED powered. You can also go to the website and see what it looks like with all the power on. Another thing that's extremely unique on the wheel is, on this version that I have, the screen is actually Wi-Fi powered. It's its own microcomputer inside the wheel. So it's not connected via USB to SimHub. And essentially what that means is this screen can run at 60 FPS. It connects to a SimHub on its own, and you can control its functions on the wheel. There's one button over here and another one over here. There it is. These are function buttons. The one on the left, as far as I remember, controls everything on the board. So all the buttons and the shifters on the back, and the one on the right controls the functions on the screen. So let's say something happens and you want to refresh the screen and whatnot, you just press the button once on the back and it refreshes the screen. If you want to reboot the screen, you can press this and press one more button. I don't remember all the combinations, and it will reboot the screen itself. And when you first load the actual screen, you connect with your phone to the screen and you give it credentials to your Wi-Fi. So every time you boot it up, the wheel, the screen, basically, you can see it loading the bootloader and then connects to your Wi-Fi independently. There's zero lag, there's no issues regarding that, so that's completely out of the question. It's an amazing wheel, and it's extra smooth. And the wheel is not a Vocor, which means it doesn't have that much power drawing to it. But again, that's kind of irrelevant, because when you buy the wheel comes with its connector, obviously, but the connector has a power injector in it, so it splits, and one goes to the PC and the other one goes to your power outlet, so it has enough power no matter what. A lot of bugs because it's very late, and I think that light draws bugs in. But anyway, shifters have been completely redesigned now with carbon fiber tips, and they are super quiet as well. I like those. And the clutches have been redesigned as well. They work a lot smoother. And one thing that has also been added is the switch over here. So if for any reason, because one of the things that I noticed is when I was using this and I would switch off the computer, the screen would remain on. So basically what happens is, because this is independent from the USB, it would not power off. It would continue getting power from the outlet. And that was kind of annoying. I always have to unscrew the cable from behind just to make sure that it's not, connected. And basically I just said if you put a switch on the back, I can just turn off the switch and turn off the wheel as well. And yeah, Federico actually did that. One thing I'm working on over here, as you can see, is stickers. There they are, stickers for these rotaries, because similar to how other manufacturers make the multifunction switches, these two rotaries can also change the function of your buttons or rotaries, which basically adds so much more functionality. So you just twist this and say now it's like on TC2 for instance, and then have these two buttons over here go up and down on TC2, or have this thumb encoder go up and down on TC2, and just switch these, similar to how Asher Racing does it. I think Conspit, the Maxo one, does it as well. So it's kind of like a thing now, like a lot of manufacturers are doing it. This also has it. Of course, if you look at the pictures, you'll see a lot of LEDs on this wheel. It's really beautiful and gorgeous. And one of the things that was kind of hard for me to get the stickers right is it's also got an LED ring around here. So I had to find the perfect size, but also text readable, and make it work as a sticker. So I think this is looking good. I think these two are looking good. They're not in production yet. This is just still a test. I'm still kind of contemplating on the exact size. Maybe I'll just make it a bit bigger and have a cutout for the round button here. I don't know. I'm thinking about all these things. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. What else can I say? Like, do you have any questions? Let me read the chat. The chat. Do you have any skill? Guess I've not playing hooky from work. Ah, Jeff, you're not playing hooky, man. Are you? How much does it weigh without QR? I don't know. It is very heavy. I do not know. It is very heavy. It's almost as heavy as the Asher Racing. This is all CNC aluminum, front and back plate. I will open it up. I will open it up today on the stream. I just have to find all the tools that I need. But I will open it up and you'll see it is two CNC aluminum parts, front and back. And it is heavy. There's a lot of heft to it. Adding the QR, like I have, it just adds a lot of weight. It's not a bad thing. I've already said my preference for heavy wheels is a lot more than light wheels. It's my preference, might not be yours, but for me, I find that heavy wheels transfer that feeling of the actual car much better than any other light wheel does. But that's maybe just me. I don't know. I prefer them really, really heavy. The wheels. Chat, that's the same with my home build DDU. Power is always on. Haha. Dude, Michael, put a switch on it. Put a switch. Every wheel with absolute encoder does it. Madaman, yes and no. So you're referring, and this is why I'm creating this version of stickers. This is why I'm creating these. So even I'm creating these stickers, these are actually ready for production and they will go on the site along with the gloves, so June 16th. This is basically custom rotary stickers for the GT Neo. So you will be able to customize these just like the Asher Racing stickers. And it's the reason I made this, because with SimHub you can program any absolute encoder to do the same thing. It's just, when it's native, it's native. You cannot beat native. No way you can beat native. So it's in the firmware of the wheel, it does it on its own. With SimHub, you need to manually do it. You need to set up every position with specific buttons, and if you need to change it, it just becomes very tedious. Not that it cannot be done. It can be done. It's just very tedious. But it's the reason I'm also creating those stickers as well, because I believe that you should be able to do that. And having those stickers on the GT Neo, which is one of the most popular wheels for me, I really love that wheel. Why not? Yeah, you can do that. So Jeff, he's going back onto his hooky days. Had a doctor's appointment this morning, was planning to do brakes on the pig, then realized I'm old. Dude, yeah. Brakes on the pig. They have places where you can take your car and they do that for you. They actually wash cars too. I don't know if you know that. Just saying, just putting it out there. Lexus GT3. Oh my God, Lexus, you're on the new LMU. Good for you. Nice to see you on LMU now. Yes, Lexus. I don't know your name, but Lexus. This is currently available. There's a limited quantity. I think there's like 30 pieces available. You can buy it at Greywolf Technologies, or what's the website called? I don't recall. And if you use the code Lovely, you also get 100 euros off the wheel. So yes, I don't like advertising, you know, affiliates and stuff like that. I don't want you guys to think that I'm doing this for the money. I'm not. But this is mostly for a discount for you guys. So I think it's I think the code is called Lovely. So if you go to Greywolf, put this in your cart, add the code Lovely, you'll get 100 euros off this wheel. Enough talking about it. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to start taking this apart because I have to take it apart. One of the things that, let's move on to the overhead and just come a bit closer. Let's see, that's the good place. One of the things that Federico did with this wheel is there are no screws on the front. Not a single screw. Everything is from the back. So let me get this nice foam and just turn it over. So what we will be doing today, and the reason I'm doing this, is we're going to be adding these two handles. So these two handles are not final. These two handles are not anything. Can't even hear it. They're just PLA plastic. These handles are just a sample that Federico has sent me. I 3D printed them myself, and I'm going to put them on the wheel just to see what it's like with these handles. If you buy the wheel today, when these handles are ready, they will be shipped to you free of charge as not a gift. It's just part of the wheel. You will have to take it apart and put them on yourself, as far as I recall, but you will have these as well. They might not be this exact design, but you will have the option. So we're just going to test the design. So the problem with this, and I mentioned this many times, you can see that these grips are very squarish, right? They don't have that much curvature or any places where you can just, you know, put your hand on and let it sit. So one of the main pain points was these grips will fatigue your hands. They will make your hands feel sore after a bit. Federico basically designed these new handles. The design, look at the design, not the actual print. On the actual design, these are all silicone over molded on these bits here, as you can see. This thing over here, this and this is just one piece of metal, aluminum, and the grip is over molded on it. But this is just 3D printed. This is just for the design. So I'm going to swap these out, put them on the wheel now, live on stream, and just see what it feels like. Because right now, as you can see, have it in my hand. Let's go a bit further out. I have it in my hand. It is a great wheel. It feels good. There's like room for everything. It's nice, but the grips are just, it's the only, I think, gripe I have are the grips. Yeah, I guess that's what you should call it. All right, let's just start unscrewing. So I have found this Allen key. So let's just start removing stuff. I have opened this previously, but it was for another reason, but it was when I first got it. So let me just actually let me get this over there and put them in the order I'm taking them out. We will see what this looks on the inside. Compared to the previous version, this wheel looks gorgeous. The previous version of this wheel was a complete spaghetti nightmare inside. Jeff says Greywolf needs QR for grips. It's not a bad idea. I think Aesthetic is doing that. Or I don't know if it's I think it's like a QR system. Warranty void inbound. Jeff, no, it's not warranty void. This is, I'm doing this with the blessings of Greywolf. They trust me for some reason, unapparent to myself. Hey, Marius Raducanu. This is the Greywolf wheel. So let's just take everything apart. Don't remember if I have to take all of these apart. I'll see. I'll see how it goes, honestly. I think this is missing a few screws as well. Are these all the same size? They are so far. Okay. It's important to kind of like not screw up the screws. So I'm using my trusty little Gridfinity grid to put all the screws in. I don't remember if there's more screws here. I know there are. Oh, there it is, down there. Okay. Okay. Oh, those are missing. Sorry, I need to find out what other screws. Do you think it's these up here? Let's get a screwdriver. No, I did that again. I'll fix it later. Let's see. I'm not quite sure if I should be taking these off. I'm pretty sure that I should be, though. It feels right. It has some more screws in between here, but those screws oh shit, Sherlock, look at all those. Not sure if it's gonna come off yet. Oh, it is. Oh shit, I did it. The moment of truth. Let's go. Let's get everything out of the way. So the difference between this wheel and the previous one is that it is so much more manageable inside. Check this out. So the previous wheel, I've never put this on stream, right? The previous wheel, is the stream okay? Good. So the previous wheel was cable spaghetti, going from the back plate to the front plate, cables everywhere. You could literally not open it. So what they've done here is literally as simple as possible. It's got one cable connector on top, which I will not take off. I will not take that one off. Let's do it upside down. And then you have this one over here, this cable connector, one there, and this one over here, which is the antenna. So the antenna is fairly simple, pops out, and this one is also fairly simple, pops off. And now you only have basically that. And that's it. Like, honestly, friggin' beautiful. One of the hardest things to do is design this. A wheel that has the simplicity to open it up and just have it as simple as that. Again, like the previous one had a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I don't know if anyone has noticed a little Easter egg-like thing inside the wheel. Yeah. Supposedly every wheel will have one of those. I haven't opened up every wheel, so I'm not sure. I can see a few missing below the middle paddles. Yes, Jeff, they were missing. I had taken them apart, and I was actually on a call with Federico at that point and wanted to fix something. And he's like, just don't put those in. I never re-put them. They actually they don't take any load. So he's like, just don't put them on yet, and I never got around to putting them anyway, so it's fine. But you know me, I don't race anymore, so this is just experimentation, unfortunately. I can see a few missing. Or the back. Nope, missing. I was right. You'll find out soon enough. Don't worry, guys. He's a right, I'm professional. Sure. Yeah. No one knows. Yeah, it's got the LR holographic sticker. Oh, let's take off the grips. I'm curious about the grips. Does it work with this? No. It needs a smaller one. Of course it does. And this is my perfectly awesome. No, a bit smaller. I'm pretty sure I'll have one. That's the size it should have. There it is. Okay. You guys prefer this view or the top view? Top view, I'm not entirely sure it will be doing it any justice. Let's just try that. So the thing that I want to do here is basically, as I mentioned, each grip has just 6 screws holding it on. And basically this is what we're going to do. We're going to replace it. Of course, this, again, this is just, it's PLA plastic. I've done a fairly heavy infill, so I think this is like almost like the handles, the bits over here are 80% infill, but they actually go through the piece of plastic. So these pieces, the design was 2 pieces, and I made the aluminum, full aluminum, 80%, and the rest is like 40% infill. So it is quite strong, but I don't think it would last that long if I actually tried to sim race with it. But, you know, let's get on. So is it this view? Is it better, or just going to the overhead? I think the overhead would be better, right? Squeaky, sneaky screws. I don't know if this will even fit. I have not tried this. As you can see, I have not taken this apart either. I hope Federico's dad isn't watching. So the camera I'm using now, again, this one on top, the one you're looking at my finger at, is the Facecam Pro. This is the second one I have. The other one I had purchased on my own is on the rig. It's for all the POV shots. This camera is 4K, 60 FPS, and it's a web camera. It's friggin' insane. It's an amazing web camera, and I'm the kind of person that doesn't like to deal with camera. I did do, you know, camera as a hobby, so I've had cameras and lenses and all that kind of stuff, and now I'm like, oh, just give me something that works. And the Facecam Pro is amazing. As you can see, I'm zoomed in at 255% right now. Honestly, this is 255%. I can see it on my over here. It lets me know, so I can just dial it in, zoom in, and it lets me know how much of a zoom I have. But you can see it's pretty clear. It's a really nice picture. But I've had the Facecam Pro long before the whole deal with Elgato. Which, fun fact, last stream I mentioned that I'm taking care of some kittens that someone had left at my doorstep. Well, this morning I used all the cardboard boxes that were shipped by Elgato and created a barrier so they won't be able to go out on a street. So my cats are being protected by Elgato. Is that funny? Is that ironic? What is it? Do you guys think that's nice? I made a barrier out of Elgato for my gato. Well, there are 2, so plural, but you know. I actually don't want to take that ribbon off. That's why I'm dealing with it like this. I do not want to take the ribbon off. No. I'm denying the existence of the ribbon. I have I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on a second. Let me zoom out as much as I can. Don't think you'll be able to see. I have a huge tool set with, I don't know, like a lot of different Allen keys and sizes and everything. But I just find these so much more easy to use. All right, so this is what the handle looks like. All right, so this is like really, this is all rubber, basically. It's aluminum inside, and the rest is overmolded rubber. So we're gonna be replacing it with this. I'm actually excited about this. All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it fits. Let's see if it fits. Come on, you guys think? Do you guys think it'll fit? Do you guys think it'll fit? I may be a bit too concerned about it. It might not fit. What am I doing? Jesus, come on, man. Wait, this is what we took off, right? Oh, well, it was like that. Oh, what an idiot. I'm like, why doesn't it fit? Okay. Holy moly. Perfect. Perfect fit. Holy shit. Oh, I was sweating. I was like, if it doesn't fit, what's gonna happen? All right, I'm excited about this. I really want to see if, like, again, this is going to be something that will be sent out to everyone. Whoever purchases the wheel will get these grips, the final ones, not the 3D printed ones. Please don't think it's going to be 3D printed. It's going to be the final version. But for now, I'm just testing the actual grip, giving feedback. And it's the first time I'm putting them on the wheel. I've had them for quite some time. Like even the last stream, I did mention it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I did mention it, but I never actually had time to do it. I said I'd do it on stream, and here I am. You put it back together. Yes, I will. I will, Jeff. Let me get some water. Damn, this water came straight out of the fridge. It was freezing when I brought it up here. At the beginning of the stream, that's when I brought it, and now it's warm, lukewarm. Actually, let me do something. Let me send a message to Federico and see if he's available, so he can join the live. You guys might have questions. I'm actually sweating here. Where is it? I need to get this little fan blowing air on me. Freaking sweating. Oh, we do have AC. I don't have AC in this office. I mentioned it before, but you were too busy playing hooky, I guess. We have AC, obviously, central AC, but we only turn on the one in the attic where the rig is, and that kind of cools the entire house. But I don't have AC specifically in this office space. So right now, where is it? There it is. So right now, I am melting away. Windows are wide open, but that doesn't do anything for you since it's like 26 degrees outside. It's 11 p.m. So yeah, I'm doing it for the love. Okay, so first grip is in. I'm not going to tighten it too much, and this time I'm going to try and get my Allen key and do you guys a favor as well. Nope. That's it. Okay. I hope you guys enjoy it now more than before. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be like, ah, finally you got a tool to do it. Yeah, I'm old school. This actually is faster, so. I asked Federico to join. I don't know if he's available. What is it today? Thursday night? Might not be. Jeff, yes, I am complaining because you have like 5% humidity there, so don't talk, man. Don't. If Chad, if you don't know, Jeff is in Las Vegas. He owns a casino, or he gambles all day. I don't know what he's doing there. Second favorite place is Florida. Going from, I actually went the 2 summers ago when like last summer, not 2 summers. Actually, not even summer. It was last May. Fuck, almost just over a year ago. I went to the States in Las Vegas, and the previous summer I was in Florida. So you're going from one place that has like 5% humidity to the other place that has 100% humidity. To be honest, I preferred Las Vegas with a 5%, 10% humidity. So much more comfortable. But here, I mean, it's not, obviously it's not Florida. No place is like Florida. The humidity you get there it's ridiculous. But it's also not dry. So what do we have now? Out of curiosity, what is our humidity here? It's not gonna be too high. What is it? 52%. Yeah, it's not bad. 52%. It's not sticky, you know. It's nice. Still fucking warm though. Once after this release that I'm going to do next week with the plugin and dashboards and everything, I think I'm going to start doing some dev sessions, playing around with stuff, experimenting as I did, chatting with you guys and talking and building things and breaking things. I kind of miss that. I'm also going to do a Lego. I still have the Lego. I promised I'm going to do that live on stream. We're almost done with the grips. Going to put it back together. Of course, this is not the grips. I mean, this thing is not made to be used. So the grips that I just installed are 3D printed. This is the actual grip. This thing is heavy duty material. Like you can see, it's rubber, but it's just soft at the edges. Everything else, it's soft, but not, this is really good. I really like this material. And it's got a solid piece of aluminum going through it, so the mount is very secure. And you can interchange it. So a lot of the wheels, not a lot, most of the wheels, it's the entire front plate that makes up the grips as well. So they're over molded on the front plate. Here, I really like what they've done, because with this, you can exchange them. And you can see it's not that hard, especially with the new wheel, the way it is. So let's attempt to put this thing back together again. Holy crap. Okay. It's not going to be that bad. First of all, the antenna. So I want to make this so you guys can see what I'm doing. So the antenna goes right there. If I don't do this right and it breaks, Federico promised he won't send me a new one. Yeah, I did say he won't send me a new one. I mean, who would? Let me turn the overhead. You can see why I'm struggling here. Got big, fat fingers. Let me move that out of the way. This thing has to go onto that little pin there. Probably could use some tweezers. Boom! That clip wasn't something breaking, it was just something clipping in. And that goes there. That was it. Those are all the cables. That's all you have on this wheel. And this is, usually you don't talk about these things. You usually don't talk about the work that goes on the inside. But I'll tell you this. I've also opened up the Asher wheel, and I appreciate this more than the outside. Extremely more. Like, this is where you see the attention to detail and the love someone puts into creating a wheel. And this wheel is a very small production wheel. They're not thousands, and it's not some big corporation. This is literally a father and son business. So I appreciate this so much. And I can also tell you that the wheel feels sick. Shit, it's gonna be good. These grips are gonna be awesome. Federico, you've done an amazing job. Dude. I'm not gonna tighten anything yet. I remember why I never put the screws here, in here. Because it's just too hard and annoying. If you have thought about it before installing the new prototype grips, put on some plastic dip and then no, I want to, these grips will be the size, like if these are the size, this is what it will be, so I don't want to add anything to them. I'm not going to add anything to them. They need to be this. So I don't think they'll even last. It's all 3D printed, so how much torque can these handle? I have, again, there's a lot of infill, so these have been printed quite heavy. As I said, I think the mount simulating the it's simulating the aluminum is 80% infill, which is a lot, you know. Wait, where is it? And the rest is like 40% infill. Hasta la bye-bye. All right, man. Have a good one. Go on. Continue studying. Ah, Tony's saying goodnight, not you. Yeah. Moisture, whatnot. Could have made a combination of PLA and TPU. You think? TPU? Me? You? just tightening everything before I actually hold it in my hands. If you do this, if you buy this wheel and you do this, there are more screws here. There are two more, yeah, left and right. I didn't use those, so. All right, let's switch over. This is the moment of le truth. Okay, I gotta see this. If it's, oh wow. First of all, it looks better. It looks better. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Oh wow. Okay. Oh wow. Oh my god, world of a difference. Holy yes. Beautifully done, man. Beautifully done. Look at this now. Yes. I don't know if you guys agree, but honestly, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know if this is going to be my daily. I don't know if this is going to be my daily. Right now, my daily is the Conspit Max 01. I love that wheel. Amazing, amazing. And I did make a mistake. On a previous stream, I said that the one that I had was pre-production and the grips were not the final one. Actually, speaking to Conspit 2 days ago, I think, the grips that I have are the final ones, but the next batch will have a different material. So I did get the final version, but it wasn't the final version they had intended. So I think they're going to change the material, make it a bit softer. But yeah. All right, we need to do one thing. We need to do this. Because now we can. Get them gloves on and you know, tweak them. Get them nice and snug. Beautiful. Oh shit, this is nice. This is nice. These grips are nice. These are nice. Yes, yes. Oh. It might need to break that down, that bit over here. But again, it's so much better than these. So much better than this version. Things are flying in here. I don't mean it in a good way. All right, so this is it. We did it. We actually did it. We changed the handles. Again, 3D printed handles for the Greywolf. Testing out. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know about this wheel. These handles will be, when they're finished, they will be sent out to everyone that purchases a wheel currently for sale. So if you buy a wheel now, I know there are a few left, so you can still get this wheel. Go to Greywolf Technologies, pick up this wheel, use code, I'm pretty sure it's lovely, get 100 euros off, and when these new handles are ready, they will be shipped to you free of charge. So I did forget to put the spacers, but do we care? No, we don't. Yeah. That is it. These handles are so much better. And if they're nice, like really nice material, even without any gloves. Of course, you probably want to have the lovely sim racing gloves, but even without the gloves, they are nice. They are nice. I like it. What do you guys think? that the index finger nuke you're referring to actually exists. It's over here. It could be a bit more accented, to be fair. It's right there. So when you're holding it, let me just put it like that. So when you're holding it, your index finger sits on the top, the rest go on the bottom. So if I just remove my hand, you'll see. It just literally just sits on top. It sits on top. So this is actually good. This is not the bad part. I think there's something here, a bit, I think maybe the width needs to be a bit less, but the fact that it's so much curvier here, so bad, so much better. So much better. You know what? You can also put some stickers. You guys want to put some stickers on this? Since we have it. I don't have, this is completely black. This is a new one. You want to put some button cap stickers on it? If you didn't notice, where are they? They are here. If you guys didn't notice, I just this morning received a new batch of the lovely stickers. Like that. So now they're back on the store. They're back in stock, and I got a lot more this time. So hopefully they won't run out as fast. But yeah, why not? I'll just put some of these on. Yeah, I'll just take one and one for myself. All right. Let's do this. We're breaking it open. And here's one for me. I don't really use, I just use one sticker sheet for many wheels, but now I don't know where I have the previous ones. So we'll just do it from scratch. There you go. Put that back over there. All right, let's see. How do I do this? I use my trusty tool, which is something called a weeding tool. It's made for stickers, I guess. Okay, so let me start with that. So I have my engine here. So there. This is where I have the ignition, the starter. I have True Dark mode here, and I kind of, yeah, I used to have this button over here. Not on this wheel, in general. In general, this is how I kind of had, this is the tire reset, basically. And you can see, pretty much this is the layout I have on all of my wheels. Flasher, lights, wiper, the OK, which is also the pit menu over here, pit limiter. So I'm going to try and do the same thing here. So let's find, let's do the flash, I think. Let's do, wait, what do we have? Oh, we have 4 here. Oh, yeah, I don't do ERS, DRS and stuff like that, but these 2 buttons here, these are for that. Like, this is what you would have. I'm going to put pit limiter up here. And for pit limiter, let's find the PL. There it is. Good. Sorry, I need to make this, put this on straight, so. Okay, pit limiter is on. There it is, pit limiter. And then after the pit limiter, let's use this, kind of like it because it's a lot brighter, for flashing my lights. And flashing my lights, I'm going to put this over here. It's like a trigger, so it's easier to use. There it is. These stickers are so good. Not because I make them, right? And we have a very secret recipe for making the black being as opaque as it is, but it's just really good. Let me just put in the true dark mode, or it's the symbol for theming. So let's put that there. Good. I need that. That's where, and I have a single button. Click on it, goes into true dark mode. Keep it pressed, it changes color. And then it doesn't change again, it doesn't go loop through. You have to press it again, goes to the next color. So one button that basically does theming essentially for your dashboard. You know what? I could, and I will use. Let's do this. This is the new sticker sheet, not new, same designs. But I'll just put this thing over here. It's one of the new designs I have. There you go. Okay, good. So this icon over here that I've made, it represents the two MFMs left and right. You can use this in multiple ways, that sticker, that icon. So you can, right now there's one, the one that I put on, and you also have the one on the left, or MFM left and right. And this can be used in multiple ways. So you can actually use this as the quick view. So on the new version of the dashboard, you can have a button, you click on it, and it just peeks into two MFMs that you have predefined in SimHub. So I'll use that. It's very handy. So you're running down the straight or whatever, you want to have some information that you don't want to scroll through all of the MFMs just to find what you want. You click this button and it just pops up left and right, two pieces of information that you want to see. So it might be damage and track map, or positions, whatever you want, you can put on the MFM. Just clicking on one button shows them to you, and then they go away, go back to what it was beforehand. So that's really easy to use there. So you're flashing someone, clicking on that, and this one, just clicking on it gives up some extra information. Now let's do lights. Yes, lights will be normal. Let me see. Okay, let's put lights over here. And wipers now. Yes, wipers. So you guys can't see, I'm basically pulling them off the sticker sheet. Let's zoom out just a bit. Let's do wipers here. There you go. And what else? I want to put power here. So power, I usually like to have either the little bolt or the power sign, and I use the inverted one because I want this, because when the engine shuts off, depending on the LED profile you're using, it just blinks red. So you want to have this as bright as possible. So using this version, where is it? There. Makes it pop out even more. So imagine this button over here. Imagine this button over here blinking red. So it's a lot brighter and you can see what's going on. And of course, the engine starter. We'll use a little engine icon. Make sure it's straight. Centered. There it is. Oh, a little lip there. Okay. What else? What can we do? What are we gonna do? So I use left, right, up and down for all the modules. So this thing over here, I would use it for, in left module, right module, the gear module and fuel module, so I don't have other buttons. But I will add this thing over here will be for the dash screen. So this is again one of the new ones. So dash. This changes the dash page. So basically says dash. And on the right side, I'm going to put the OK and pit menu. And for the pit, I use the little wrench, basically. Good. And now this, I usually have for tire reset, which I think is kind of important, you know, resetting your tires. The tire reset icon basically is if you're using the tire average module, if you click on the reset, it will remove all data and just start counting all over again. So it's kind of handy to have it as a button, and I don't have much other use for it. You can have, like, there's so many options. You can have a button for the pit wall, for the companion screen. So this dash, this one over here, actually doesn't control the screen because I use the companion here. So actually I'm going to put the companion there. Yeah. Let's put the companion. So this is how it works. This thing over here, this button will control my DDU pages, while this thing over here will control the companion screen, which is on the wheel. And with that, I think we have covered all of the icons as well. Friggin' beautiful wheel. Unfortunately, I don't have the cable to turn it on here. I may have a cable, but it's not the one I'd want to use. It really is a nice wheel, though. Chat says, I haven't been reading, antenna wires are a biatch. Yes, they are, but they work. Needle nose or duck bill pliers. Yeah, I didn't want it. I have some. Yeah, I've got, like, you know, these. But yeah, I don't, yeah, these also are good enough, you know. So PCTG might have been a bit better choice. UV, moisture, solvent, impact, resistance, sure. TPU grid sock, yeah, maybe. Now we know what the daily wheel will be. Blue, please, maybe in the structure. Nook, ruined. Theming? No, it's the true dark mode on the lovely dashboard, man. So the true dark, I created the true dark mode, basically completely changes the dashboard. You can find it on the website as well, information. Basically, it's a theming system for the lovely dashboard and SimHub. And when I say theming system, I actually mean a theming system. My previous actual real life grown-up job was a design system and design operations in a very large company, and we had created an extremely efficient design system, basically changing colors, icons, text for a really large scale application. So I kind of took that knowledge and dumbed it down into SimHub. And now this whole thing, like the lovely dashboard, once you click on a button, it completely swaps the theme. And there are 4 themes. They're called True Dark Mode because they're made to work in low lit environments. So if you're running in daylight, and this is not your race, this is your actual environment. So if you're running and there's daylight, you just use the normal version. But once it darkens, Might be nighttime, might be in a dark place, your room might not have enough light, but you want to have full immersion, so it might be a night race and you don't want to have too many distractions or bright lights coming from the dashboard. You switch on dark mode. Comes in red, blue, purple, and orange, and it changes everything in the dashboard. So this is programmatically changing. That's why it's called it's a theming system, and it works quite efficient the way it is. And I always have a button on my wheel where I click it once and I enable it, click it again, disable it, and if you keep it pressed, hold, it basically goes through the different colors. So for me, the blue is the best one. And notice that the you know how there's like this night mode on an iPhone or Android. At some point during the evening, it turns down all the blue light and your screen becomes a bit more yellow reddish. It turns out blue is a color that that triggers melatonin, which keeps you awake. Actually, no, the other way around. It reduces melatonin in your body, and it makes you sleep, basically. So what did I say? Blue is the one that doesn't make you sleep. It keeps you awake. So your devices, all of them, they kind of reduce the blue hues. So before bedtime, your body doesn't get all, hyped up, hyper and stuff like that. So it's easier for you to go to bed. So blue for me on a dashboard is even better because it's toned down, so it's not really bright, but it's a blue color, and blue color actually reduces the chances of you getting sleepy. This is actual real science, right? I read through a lot of medical books regarding color theory, as green, why do they have green in surgeries and why do they use red in restaurants? Blue is a color that reduces the chance of drowsiness and sleepiness. So I always like blue. If you put red, you're probably not going to be in the best place driving with a red screen or even an orange screen. The other in between is the purple color, which is pretty good because it's in between red and blue. So it kind of, one negates the other, but it's the reason I designed them like that. It's not because, ooh, they look good or they're cool. There's actually science behind the colors and the colors that I've chose. The orange color is because BMW had it and I liked it. But blue, red, and purple are, as you can see, they're combined into one thing. I use the True Dark mode, but I didn't know that we could set it up that way. I have to look that up. I mean, yeah, in the plugin in True Dark mode, there's also you can trigger it manually, which I prefer to do it. But in ACC and any other game that has 2 light stages, so when I say 2 light stages, click one button, goes to driving lights, click it again, goes into high beam. There's the 2 light stages. Any car that has 2 light stages, because even in ACC, not all cars have 2 light stages. There are some that have 1 light stage, and there's some that have, in the normal version, 1 light stage, and then in the endurance mode 2 light stages. So it depends on the livery you're using as well. But if there is 2 light stages, the second light stage triggers True Dark mode. So there's an option in the plugin where you can literally just say use native mode. Native means the game native mode. So when you go into the second light stage, it basically turns on True Dark mode. I personally like to have it manual because sometimes I just want to have True Dark mode even in the daytime without lights on. So it completely depends on how you want to do it, but you have the options in the plugin. And in the plugin as well, you can also set the hotkey to trigger this. So I'm using Control Mapper in SimHub for all of my buttons and everything. So it makes my life easy when I have so many wheels, testing and trying. So I use Control Mapper, and in Control Mapper, one of the function is trigger True Dark mode, and the other one is just, toggle the colors of True Dark mode. So it's fairly simple. Even in the plugin, you just select the hotkeys you want. Either it's Control Mapper or any other button. It's the same thing. When I was in the army, blue-white was the bad guy for our eyes because they blinded us at night, but red was really good as it was not as hard. Yes, I agree. I rock purple myself since it fit my theme of my synthwave. Yes, I like purple too. And that's why I can't get it to work in iRacing, but it works perfect for me in Automobilista. So Michael, you can just trigger it manually. set the hotkey in the plugin, and you can just trigger and remove the native, so it won't turn on by itself. You will trigger it. So I agree. In the army, blue and white was the bad guy for our eyes. Obviously, blue and white, and red, because of infrared, you can hide it a lot. But for racing, reducing drowsiness, keeping yourself alert. I don't know what it was like in the army. Obviously, it wasn't. There are other use cases there, but for racing, I think it's these colors, like the blue color, not as bright. But again, huge difference. In a race car, you have bright lights anyway in front of you, so it's not going to distract you. It's actually going to keep you more awake. Yeah, you can go ahead and try it out and see how it works, man. Definitely. All right, I'm really enjoying these new grips. Really enjoying them. All right, let's switch over to the desk and see what else, and we can slowly start concluding. Yeah, let's go over. Okay. Oh God. Been standing for far too long as well. This is so awesome. I really love this space, the way it's been done. You know, the place that I can actually sit and work and use this, you know, for streaming. All right, so stream has been going on for 2 hours. We discussed all of the important things that I wanted to discuss, and I think that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say about it. Do you know anything about the Leox 6 GT Ultimate? I do not. Do not own one, do not have one. No, I don't. I know that my stickers fit it. So if you have my stickers, you can use them. I also know, not by direct personal contact, but through Dan Suzuki, he was testing the actual Leox wheel, and the stickers they have enclosed are crap. It's kind of sad. I'm just calling it what it is, crap. It's kind of sad to see wheels and companies making they're really good quality wheels, and the stickers they put in there, they're just so bad. Like, I've seen the Leox stickers. There was another wheel. Which wheel was that? Was that a Porsche wheel? Jeff, you were showing that today. And the stickers, it's like printed black on a simple printer, and it bleeds through. Like, I could do that, but I don't. These stickers, the stickers that I have, that I make, these are custom made in Italy. These, by a company that we developed the recipe together to get this much opaqueness. These things, like the stickers themselves, you guys can't really see them, but they're almost as if they're etched. The ink is like, you know, 0.1 millimeter thick. You can see it, you can feel it, and it's not going anywhere. I've tried these, scratching them. I tried putting them in water for a full day. They're not going anywhere. So these stickers, you use these stickers on any bright light, and no light will go. There's no light bleed beyond, like, every part that's transparent, but the black is black. And it's kind of surprising me, like, you see so many, like, even the cube controls. I have a set here. This set actually was sent to me by Cube Controls, right? Even these stickers, and they sent me these because I said I wanted to create stickers for, you know, the lovely dashboard similar to ones that I have. Even these stickers, they're not black opaque. They are not, which it's surprising. I mean, yeah, they're not bad, but there's some, like, the Cube Controls aren't as bad. They are bad. Like, if you see the CSX3 pictures of the buttons backlit, you can clearly see that the light is bleeding right through the black. yes, these stickers are far more expensive. Absolutely. There's no question about that. Like, this little sticker sheet would cost as much as 10 of those. Honestly, these are far more expensive. But the quality, you're paying 1,000 euros for a wheel, 800 euros for a wheel. I think it deserves these kind of stickers. I am working with some manufacturers, to be honest, to create stickers for them and print, and like I'm basically doing the whole, you know, designing the stickers and printing them and shipping them. So I'm maintaining the ownership of the stickers, but it's for them. So no logos of mine, it's going to be pure them. But we're still far off before we can actually use them. But I'm open to collaborating with more companies on that. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I'd like to see more quality stickers on more wheels, especially the high-end ones. It's kind of weird. Also, Higgins, go to Dan Suzuki, his channel on YouTube, and look at his review. I think he had a glowing review. I think the wheel is really nice. I think it really looks good as well. And if you do get that wheel, you can get these button cap stickers. They fit perfectly on the Leox as well. I don't know about the specific profiles, but if it's SimHub, you can use LED profiles. You can use SimHub on the wheel and the dashboard. In fact, I'll tell you this, when Dan Suzuki was testing the wheel, he messaged me saying, oh, did you see this? There's a problem with the lovely dashboard. This was before he even released the video. And essentially it was screwing up the entire dashboard. The screen it wasn't working. The idle screen with the animation that I have now, it's pretty cool and everything, it wasn't working. It was like all like white noise in the background. And I'm like, I don't know. And Dan messaged Leox and asked him, like, what is this? Like, it's not SimHub, right? It can't be SimHub, something else. And it was a firmware issue. It was a problem in the screen, and they sent Dan the latest version and it fixed it. So, I mean, the guys, they are responsive. They are responsive. And the wheel does support, obviously, SimHub. So I'm assuming all the LED profiles as well. Jeff, yeah, the Porsche, that was a Porsche. Okay, so that was a Porsche wheel, okay? That might be Turn's offering, which is now defunct, or someone's printed wheel. The print is on printables. Ah, okay, okay. So someone just printed the wheel themselves and also just printed the stickers, I'm assuming. I had no idea, Higgins. I honestly don't. I have no idea. I have no idea. I can only catch up with things that I can spend time on. Completely honest about it. So for me right now, it's releasing this version of the plugin, which is massive. It's massive. The plugin and the dashboards. A lot of changes across the board. And it's pretty big. So releasing that. And then I want to get into working on the CM2 and FSR2 of the lovely dashboard for Moza. And Conspit is also shipping the 290 GP and 300 GT wheel. So I will work with them. Again, partnership, not, you know, here's free stuff. I don't care about, I don't even have time to use them. This is purely about being a partner and working with them. So in Moza's case, I make the dashboards, limited functionality, obviously. It won't ever be the full functionality that SimHub offers, but it will have the same UI and functionality UX wise for Moza and their dashboard. For Conspit, it's a bit different. I will do the design for the dash. I will decide the layout, which will be the lovely dashboard essentially, but they will develop it. So it's going to be done in-house because the 300 GT and the 290 GP wheels are proprietary software, so they will develop it in-house. I will provide the designs for them, and they will be lovely designs. So it will be a lovely dashboard for these two wheels, such as the Moza as well. So the Vision GS already has a lovely dashboard, round edition in the pit house. Same thing will be for the CM2 and the FSR2 for Moza. it will also include the lovely dashboard, whatever I create, in the pit house itself. So if you buy a wheel, you will be able to just directly, you don't even have to download it. It will be in the firmware. The Vision GS already is in the firmware. Yeah, Higgins, no worries. Just go see Dan's review. I mean, I don't do reviews. I say I use equipment, but that's pretty much it. That's all I do. I'm not good at reviews. If you want to see a good reviewer, you go to Dan, you go to Will from Boosted Media. I mean, these guys do reviews. Lawrence de Saljwa does great reviews. Random Callsign does great reviews. I enjoy watching them just because they're amazing people. So always look for the reviews from these guys, because you will find out the details that you're missing and whatnot. Anyway. Yeah, I figured. Today, someone emailed me about the buttons, about these. So these, let me see, let me do an experiment. What the hell? Why not? Let's just use, let's say, the pause, which I never use. This could be stupid what I'm doing. Fuck me. Oh, just did that. Don't know if it will work for you, but what I've done, let me go over to the bench. Okay, so we're on the bench. Let's go over to the overhead camera. Okay, so this is just want to demonstrate like how much of a non-bleed there is. This is just the pause button. You guys can see it, right? Let me turn on the flashlight now. You guys, it's too bright. But you can see there's no bleed. You can still see the black. Let me see, can I, wouldn't this do it? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is probably the best I can show you. Look at this. It won't, oh, there it is, it focused. That's it. Guys, this is why my stickers, I think, are the best. Check it out. Yeah. Focus. Focus, man. There you go. There is literally no bleed. It should, I've left the camera on auto. Everything is on auto, so it should, you know, there it is. Yeah, you won't get this. You will not get this on almost any sticker you'll find. You will not get this kind of non-bleed. So this is, I'm doing live experiments. I didn't even know I do this. I have this, I'm gonna get the sticker off. I have this flashlight here for emergencies and whatnot. I have one by my bedside as well. You will not get this kind of quality. Zero bleed on a flashlight, right? On this thing over here. I don't have the sticker on, I removed it. So that's why I think these stickers are possibly one of the best stickers you can get for your wheel. They are very expensive. Not expensive for you. I mean, I don't think this costs like 12 euros, I think, the sheet. Don't think that's too much money when you're buying a steering wheel that costs 1,000, but they are expensive to make. They are. So I don't make a lot of money off of these, but I think it's great quality. And as always, I'm just putting it out there and hopefully more people will. I mean, they are best sellers on my store. I go through these, like I buy them like 300 each and they go for like a month, 2 months, maybe they last. So they're really good. So if you turn your flashlight on your table, we should be able to see it as well. That's some nice thing. Yeah, I mean, I demonstrated it live. And the GT Neo is also getting the new stickers with the rotaries. So this thing over here. And this, obviously, but this is just, these things already exist. This is gonna be the new one. Custom stickers, so you can use it as a multifunction switch as well. So that's coming as well. These stickers, the custom GT stickers, will be available most likely along with the gloves on the same day. I'll be changing a lot of products, so there's going to be a lot of updates on the store as well on the 16th. Hopefully if I have time to do everything. It's always just a matter of time. Always. Same thing. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. We did a shitload of work today. Actually did work. I put the grips on the Greywolf, so there's a lot. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Again, I would yeah, I think I'm gonna close now. I think I'm gonna close now. If there's anything else I can answer, fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna get some cold water because this has become lukewarm. I am very thirsty. Yeah. So stay tuned for June 16th. If everything goes well with the gloves, if I have all of the what do they call it? Not paraphernalia. Like all of the supplemental items and materials for the packaging, I will start shipping and selling them on June 16th. And along with that, changes to the store as well. More products, not just these. One more thing, I think it's a good thing to leave at the end, the very end of the stream. I will go away after this, is something I've been trying to do for over a year, and I finally managed to do it. I didn't do it in the EU, where my intention was in the first place, but I did it in the US. Lovely Sim Racing. The shield and the wording are now trademarked. They are trademarked under my name and protected as well. They will be registered. It takes some time before it becomes registered, but as of 2 days ago, they are officially filed and pending the trademark. So yeah, in about from 3 to 14 months, everything will be done, and the name Lovely Sim Racing is protected, finally, which I had a really strong feeling about getting it protected. So you'll see a lot of the stuff that I make now will have a little TM next to it. Finally got that. And it's trademarked in the US. EU was a bit more of a bitch to do, although I am in Greece. And I can also file and get like a discount, whatever that is, a government subsidize, whatever they call it. It still was very arduous, and it still was much more expensive. So I filed it in the US, and it's far more efficient, faster. It is a lot more affordable, and it's still the trademark in a very powerful market, which still protects you all over the world, because, you know, I don't think anyone would use the word Lovely Sim Racing, but a few things have caught my attention using the word lovely. So yeah, just making sure that Lovely Sim Racing is mine, and it can't be confused with anything else. And also the logo as well. So if you look at the website, I have a little TM now, so I'll try and put a TM where it needs to be, not everywhere. So it probably will go on shirts and stuff like that, but it won't go on like the logo in the dashboard and some other parts that really don't need to be there. Stick poking. Ha! There you are. Guys, chat, welcome Federico. Federico, here's the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. I messaged you like an hour ago. Where the hell were you, Federico? Honestly, man. So Federico, I don't know if you'll watch the stream later, But I got your grips, the new grips on. Yeah, you may have replied, but I'm live on stream, so I don't get notifications. Let's see. Let's see, has he replied? Is he lying? No, he has replied. Yeah, no. Federico, basically, I took apart your wheel live on stream, and I replaced the grips, and I tested the grips, and they are awesome. So, good on you. There might be some things we will discuss details a bit on the back. I think you have these grips are not the second version you sent me. The second version, I could not print them. There was something wrong. I couldn't get the file printed correctly. So these are the original ones you sent. So I don't know if the new ones you had made have a big difference. Yes, Jeff is yeah, you'll watch the stream, man. You will watch the stream. Again, I was telling everyone how awesome it is to see the detail, the work, the passion going into some part of the wheel that no one will most likely ever see. I always appreciate that. All right, I think this is where I will start saying good night. Huge thank you to everyone that has been supporting and everyone that has become a member. The number of members is just growing day by day. I'm not gonna mention any maths numbers or anything. I just want to say a huge thank you to every single member. I will eventually find out how to get all the members onto the stream as well as a thank you, as I did previously on other streams, where it was a manual process, but I had a flow for it. I'll do that again, where I will have the stream of a little scroller of all the members, because I always want to thank you. And I hope, and I really hope you find value in the product. I will try and add value every single day for what you are giving me. In return, I will try and give you as much as possible as I can. So thank you to every single member, from the starter members to pro to gold members. Thank you very much. Huge thank you to all of my partners, every single one. From Ulanzi and Elgato, which are very new and are essentially our partners, non-sim racing related, all the way to Federico, who is in this chat right now. And everyone that's helping me, I always help back. That's the idea. I don't have sponsors, I have partners on every level. So thank you to all of my partners as well. And with that, I think we're done. I think so. Why is this music playing? This is gonna get copyright struck. Damn you. All right, guys. I will say good night, and hopefully there will be a stream next week as well. The next stream I do will probably be on the brand new plugin and dashboards and all the features that they will have. But if you didn't see the beginning of the stream, go ahead, watch it now. Anything new coming will be after June 10th. So keep an eye on that. So after Tuesday, not even on Tuesday, possibly a day to after that. But keep an eye on it. Your dad is still assembling wheels. Dude, I don't remember. I think my code is lovely. I think it's lovely. So anyone who wants a Greywolf wheel, you can get 100 euros off by using my code lovely on the site. I know there are not a lot of pieces, so it's a very limited production again. So if you want to get one, you probably need to get one fast before they completely go away. And then who knows? It'll be, I don't know how long to the next batch. Very limited quantity. Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next week, definitely. And enjoy yourself sim racing. And yeah, thank you very much. Good night, and I will see you next week. Bye.